You can make $100,000 in 12 months using skills you already have or knowledge that's already inside of your head. But here's the thing, I'm not gonna give you some fluffy motivational talk like everything else you see on YouTube, because that's not what you need. You need a proven process to turn your skills into a product that people wanna buy from someone who's done it themselves and has also taught other people how to do it. I know this works because I personally made $2 million using this strategy, and I've taught students to hit 10K a month in as fast as 30 days. I'm going to give you only what you need and nothing more. There are 3 things you need to make money with your mind. I call them the profit trifecta. You must have all 3 of these things or else the strategy won't work. So you need a skill that comes naturally to you or a topic that you know something about, attention from an interested audience, a marketplace of people who want to buy what you have to sell. A lot of people enter the online space as business owners and creators, and they get 2 out of the 3 things right? So they find a topic they love and they're interested in, and they create content and get engagement and post online, but they don't find a market of buyers, and that's how you end up building an audience that can't turn into a business. I'll show you how to find a market soon, but it's crucial to understand that there is such thing as building an audience that cannot be converted into money. Prime example, I remember there was this woman on Twitter, she had 250,000 followers. And at a certain point, I almost got a little bit envious of her. But then something interesting happened. I actually got to know her behind the scenes a little bit, and I came to find out that even though she had a ton of followers, she was basically making no money. In fact, I was making more money than her at the time, because while my audience was smaller, I had a market of buyers and she had a market of followers. So because I had buyers and she just had an audience of people who didn't want to do anything but consumer stuff, I was able to make more money. This is good news for business owners and creators, people who want to get online like you who don't have a big audience. You don't need a big audience to make money. Not only that, you can build a profitable business from the beginning and monetize from day one by learning how to create a strategy that allows you to test and validate your ideas quickly so that you're not wasting time creating content and building an audience of people who don't want to buy what you have to offer. So if you get a handful of customers with a small audience, you're able to grow your follower count and your bank account at the same time. Now let's take a look at the best business model that you can start to hit 10K per month as fast as possible. It's important to watch this section because if you choose the wrong model, you might be setting yourself up for failure because you're picking a path that is not aligned with your skills. The best business model to start if you have some existing skills or knowledge is an online education business. The best model that you can use to make the most money within the online education space to get started is a coaching business. You can provide coaching on a topic people want to pay to learn more about or to help them solve a problem that they're willing to pay for. I'll explain how to get this model to work and how to pick what you're going to sell in a second, but I want to talk about why this model is so good and why it's one of my favorites. You could start for little to no upfront cash. You can sign clients faster than other models. You can charge lots of money for coaching, which means you can hit 10K a month faster than you can with other models. So you need thousands of dollars in inventory to get an e-commerce store set up. You need to call and source manufacturers to get a drop shipping store started up. You have to call people in China to get the source material. You have to understand complex code and things to get software businesses up. So basically, a lot of the other business models you see promoted online are inherently complex, which makes them more difficult to build and scale. This business model allows you to use skills you already have. So you don't have to learn how to run Facebook ads. You don't have to become some master level copywriter. You don't have to learn how to do SEO or all these other complex technical sort of skills most people say that you need to start an online business. So all that's great, but this info won't help unless you pick the actual best model, product, and lane to go through. So stick for this next section because I'm gonna explain how to do just that. If you wanna get into coaching, you need existing knowledge in one of these 4 spaces, right? So you need a knowledge in health, right? So this could be helping people with gut health, helping people with the keto diet, or there are people who help with mental health, like anxiety relief, mindfulness, even people who do things like hypnosis. The next one is wealth. So if you have a vehicle that you know how to make money with and you want to teach other people how to do it, you can do that as well. So for example, real estate. People like me make money writing online. That's how I got started as a writer. Now I help with the coaching thing. A really good niche in the wealth space is actually people who are in a certain career and you just want to help people break into that career or rise up to higher levels in that career. It's one of the best offers that my clients are running right now. Relationships, right? So dating advice, marriage advice, relationship advice, or parenting advice. And then there's self-improvement and hobbies and like a miscellaneous category that other things can fall into. So for example, I've seen offers about people teaching others how to quit porn or how to quit drinking or how to quit being addicted to social media apps. There are people who make 7 figures teaching other people how to play the guitar and the trumpet and other instruments. I've seen offers where people teach people how to master Microsoft Excel, right? So there's a lot of different buckets underneath that self-improvement and hobbies area that you can look into as well. So you can answer the following questions to see if you have something worth teaching. What problems have you solved for yourself? What skills have you gained from your career? That's a really good one. What skills have you gained from self-taught study? I have a student who's a self-taught personal finance and investment coach who learned all these things himself and just taught other people how to do it with no credentials, and he makes a lot of money. What comes easily to you that other people find difficult? What hobbies do you have that others might want to learn? I've seen coaching offers of people literally teaching how to do handstands, right? So there's a lot of possibilities here. So you want to use those answers and come up with a list of potential offers or things that you could help teach people with when it comes to the online education space. So use your imagination, right? You don't just have to be a make money online coach, a self-help guru, or help people get in shape. There are a lot of possibilities. These are all examples of real education businesses that do 6 and 7 figures. Teaching registered dietitians how to build insurance, mastering Microsoft Excel, recovering from painful breakups, quitting porn, helping busy professional moms breastfeed. So you don't have to become some make money online guru, I promise you. You just need to use your imagination. So now that you have some of those ideas in mind, you want to come up with a list of potential ideas, and then you want to move on to this next step, which is really critical because it's going to help you actually figure out if your idea is going to work. So you have to get through this section so you can understand that principle so that you can make sure what you have is going to sell, right? So I see a lot of people skip this step. They want to go straight into launching their offer or their coaching product, and they skip this step and then they end up not making money. It's like you have to do this part. So here's my simple 3-step process to help validate your product idea and make sure that it's something that there's actually a market for. So you want to look for buying signals. Are people already paying for a solution to this problem? Are there existing coaches, courses, or products in this space? Do people actively search online for this, right? You can use tools to look up whether people are searching for things on Google, for example. You want to check if your market has money. Are there people with high disposable income in this market? Are they the type of people who already kind of invest in their own personal development? Are they willing to pay premium prices for solutions? Now, this next part is important. You want to verify the pain level as well, right? So the more painful the problem, the more money people will pay to get it solved. So is your product a nice to have or a need to have solution? Does the problem cause significant emotional or financial pain? Are they actively looking to get this problem solved? Let me show you a real example, right? So one of my students, her name is Lorwyn. She was a therapist who wanted to move online and started charging higher prices to help people with anxiety relief. She was worried about 3 things. Would people pay out of pocket when they could just use insurance? Was there a market for anxiety coaching outside of traditional therapy? Could she actually find clients that could afford premium prices, right? So instead of guessing, we used my 3-step validation process. We looked for those buying signals. We found dozens of other coaches selling anxiety relief that actually had clients and testimonials, so that proved that people were buying this offer. We found out that there were a lot of high performers who were specifically looking for anxiety relief coaching. And we found that a lot of them preferred sort of private, customized experience online versus just being another name in some therapist appointment book full of appointments where they weren't really getting that customized attention. So we wanted to check if the market has money. So we settled on a target market of executives and entrepreneurs, and these are people who had high disposable incomes. These people are already used to the idea of investing because they invested in other things to get to such a high level in their business or career already. And they valued that privacy and convenience versus just having to go to a therapist's office and just being on a big list of names. So we verified the pain level. We realized that the anxiety in these people's lives was holding them back in their performance when it came to like running their business or their career, and they wanted to get to that next level. They really thought their problems were super unique to them because they were these high performing individuals, so they didn't just want to work with any therapist. There was a high pain level, and the problem was affecting different areas of their life. It was both emotionally painful and financially painful, which made for a killer offer that sold super well, right? So we built that offer so it was anxiety relief for high performing individuals, high net worth individuals who are trying to make bold career moves, elevate their performance, and then navigate their personal life at the same time to really operate on all cylinders. When I started working with her, she had zero marketing experience, zero revenue, zero followers online. And in 8 months, we took her from zero to $17,000 in the month of December. So the key wasn't just offering anxiety coaching. It was finding a specific audience with the ability to pay premium prices, a pressing need for the solution, a preference for that coaching over traditional therapy. So after doing some digging to find those buying signals, there's still one last super important critical step. You cannot skip this one. Without this, the entire strategy will fall apart. So let's talk about this final step that you need to make sure that this business and this coaching offer really takes off. So here's a key principle that most people miss when it comes to packaging your information, right? So your product or service, that's what you do, right? But your offer talks about what your product or service does, right? So if you want to make money, you have to turn your product or service into an offer. And the way you want to think about an offer is this. You want to help people achieve a specific outcome in a specific time frame. So instead of saying you're a gut health coach, say that with your gut health coaching, you're going to help people get rid of body inflammation in 90 days without using prescription drugs. Instead of saying you're a dating coach, say that you're going to help them land their first 3 dates in the first 30 days. Instead of saying you're a video marketing consultant, say that you are going to show them how to get 10 qualified sales calls booked every month using video marketing, right? So you want to take the deliverables of what you sell and then package it into an outcome. And then this last step, you want to figure out how to actually bring it to market so that people want to buy it. So here's the best part. You don't need the perfect offer to start landing clients. You develop the perfect offer by landing clients. Let me show you a perfect example. I have a client named Cade. He is a managing director at an accounting and financial services firm who just wanted to take his skills online and help other businesses. So he knew he could help business owners increase their profits, but he had one problem. He had 0 followers online, no social media presence whatsoever to speak of. Therefore, he had to get creative. Instead of trying to build a following first, he started having conversations with people in his network. So he really just reached out to friends and family, colleagues, past contacts and said, hey, do you know anyone who's looking to improve their business profits without having to fire their employees or do anything complex? Within a week, a friend of a friend ended up reaching out. They had a 90-minute conversation and he ended up closing them for $3,500. So here's why this approach works. You're selling the outcome. You're not selling your credentials. You're just selling the result. You're talking to people who already trust you when you're reaching out to your network to validate that offer. You get feedback on your offer in real time, which could help you as you begin to sell more of it, as you build an audience and do content and all that other stuff. Your offer gets better through the process of selling it. And you get to learn while you earn. So the key insight here is don't wait for you to build this big audience or get all this attention before you start selling. You could start selling from day one by tapping into your personal network, and then over time, as your audience grows, it's going to be built off of that offer you're selling so that your bank account and your following count can grow at the same time. So there, I gave you the whole process so you can build out your offer, validate your idea, sign clients, and do all of this on your own. But if you do it that way, there's going to be a ton of trial and error, and there's some nuance to this process that I just can't fit into a video of this length. So if you want to fast track your success and get results quicker instead of wasting months and even years trying to do it on your own, book a strategy session in the description below this video. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to sit down and have a talk. We're going to talk about your business idea, and we're going to put together a plan to bring it to market if it makes sense, right? So there's no obligation to buy anything, but you should come to the call with the idea that you would be open to making an investment if I think that I can help you grow your business and if I feel that you're qualified for this opportunity. So if you think after watching this video that you might have the potential for something that you can teach or turn into a business, or if you've been creating stuff online, if you already have a business and you're looking to grow it, use the link in the description. Book a call with me. I will analyze everything going on in your business. We'll put together a custom plan. Worst case scenario, you have that plan and you could just take it into the real world and do it on your own. Or if it makes sense to invest and work alongside me one-on-one to help you bring it to market, we could do that as well. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.